Thanks, and of course the results to today's election all depend on you, the voter. Already we have seen record early voting turnout, many hoping for the same here on primary day as people continue to come out and vote until 7 o'clock.
Yeah, some big numbers. Our live team coverage of our primary night continues right now. Brookley Cromer joins us live in Greenville with more from the voters and what they're saying.
Voters across Greenville County are deciding today which candidates will make it on the November ballot. From the governor race to U.S. Senate, voters are making decisions that will shape South Carolina's future. In Greenville County, I talked with people who told me they care about term limits, growth, and the local and state economy. Voters say they're also paying close attention to how candidates plan to handle taxes and the rising cost of everyday expenses.
You actually continue to look at the growth of South Carolina as a state. It continues, the population expands. Also, the economy, again, how it affects us here locally, the global economy that we're a part of. And again, I think the natural resources we have here in South Carolina are tremendous in terms of, green space and the varied environment we have from the coastline to the upstate and the mountains, and how we manage that with the growth of the incoming amount of people.